Yes, good afternoon. Sava here from Football Heritage TV. This morning, I want to talk about Gareth Southgate. It's International Week, and this is a subject that's been grinding my gears for about 6 years with Gareth Southgate. This man, how he is in a high-profile international job with the squad of players that he's got is absolutely baffling to me. And what's even more baffling to me, I'll go straight into this one. What's even more baffling to me is the number of people that rate him. It's the number of props that this man gets. Oh, but he took us to a semi-final. We took us to a final. He's beaten no one along the way to get to any of these games. To any of these finals, these semis, he's beaten the square root of nobody in international football. Gets to these finals, semi-finals, completely implodes because he's got no tactics. Completely, he completely craps himself, if we're going to be completely honest here, because all he knows how to do is defend. That's all he wants to do. We have an England manager with one of the best crops of players we've seen for 3 decades. Now, people will talk about the golden generation and all that kind of nonsense. You can talk about that team all you want, different era, up against different opposition. But lately, this is the best England squad we've had for a very long time. You've got such good attacking options in this squad. When you look at Jude Bellingham, Grealish, Foden, Maddison, Saka, Bowen, Kane, Watkins, you've got the power and the engine in the midfield of players like Declan Rice, Conor Gallagher. You've got young centre-halves coming through, Tomori, Guehi. You've got Trent Alexander-Arnold, Kyle Walker. You've got a plethora of very good footballers there. Yet, be honest with me, when you watch England, unless it's an absolute minnow, who enjoys watching England? It feels like there's no structure to the way that England play. And when a manager has had a squad, whether it's club or international, when you've had a squad for 6 years like he has, maybe a bit more, they should be a fluid, well-oiled machine. Everyone should know their function. Everyone should know the patterns of play. But you watch England and it's disjointed. It's bitty. Apologies for that word, but it is. It's bitty. It's disjointed. Nothing seems to add up. He can't seem to get his attacking players on the pitch. Either he can't seem to get his attacking players on the pitch, or he quite simply doesn't want to. Every time you watch an England game, you watch, whenever it's a big game, you watch the Fodens, the Grealishes, the Maddisons. They're nowhere to be seen. All the creative flair, they're nowhere to be seen. But if your name's Jordan Henderson, if you're Marcus Rashford, Calvin Phillips, Harry Maguire, yeah, go on, in the team. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if you don't play for your club side. Doesn't matter if you've been in dreadful form for ages. Just keep playing. And we're going to look at that in a minute. But you look at the players. Dunk came in and did really well. Next game, nowhere to be seen. Harry Maguire's in there. Shock. James Ward-Prowse playing brilliantly for his club. He's one of the top assisters in the Premier League. I think he's joint top with 5 assists. Playing well. Brilliant at set pieces. Nope, can't get a sniff because he wants Calvin Phillips and Jordan Henderson. One who doesn't get a game ever for his club in Calvin Phillips, and Jordan Henderson, who may as well have retired by going out to play in Saudi Arabia. It's embarrassing. Then you've got the utter embarrassment of them all. Harry Maguire. He's never let England down. Yeah, that's because half the time we're playing against absolute minnows where he doesn't have to do anything. This guy can't get a game when everyone's fit at Man United. He can't run. His passing is horrific. His turning is like the Titanic trying to turn. Every England game, Southgate whacks him in. And then what I love about it is watching Gareth Southgate look all uncomfortable in the press conferences when asked, and rightly so, why are players in form not being picked above these footballers? Because it was you, Mr. Southgate, that said at the beginning of your tenure, players will be picked on form, not by their name. Lie. I'll call it right now. Absolute lie. Southgate doesn't know how to move, bend, evolve, develop, whatever word you want to use. He doesn't know how to do that with this squad of players and this team. Every sub, you know that it's going to be the newest player off first. Every squad, when he brings these players in, you know they're not getting a game because Calvin Phillips is, Harry Maguire is. It's embarrassing at this stage. I'm embarrassed for him. Raheem Sterling, who's in good form for his club. Nope. No place in the squad. No place in the squad for him. Don't worry, Marcus Rashford. Yeah, go on, Marcus. Just keep playing badly for Man United. Don't score. Don't assist. But come on. Come and start for England every single game. James Maddison created the most chances in the Premier League this year. Whenever he's fit, either shove him out on the left or you're not playing. You think this is one of the best playmakers in the league, the best English playmaker in the league. Statistically, factually. Nope, can't have him in there. Can't have him in there. He's too creative. Didn't get a minute at the World Cup. Jack Grealish, he used for 10 minutes at the end of games. Foden, he was pressured into playing. This manager does not want skill. He does not want flair. He does not want creativity and difference makers, which is why, as my title says, this is why Gareth Southgate will always be a serial loser. His first fault is not to concede. We should be going out and dominating. International football is not what it was, people. Let's be brutally honest about this. International football is not what it is. And anyone who's watched me on shows like The Big Six with Rants and Bants, etc., with Saeed, you'll hear me say all the time, I think the standard of footballers is worse than ever. I think there's so few world-class footballers out there. But I look at the international teams and say, where's the powerhouses? And yet England still can't win a tournament with this squad. The first half the other night against Malta, you should be having 10, 15, 20 shots against Malta. Nope. 2 shots in the first half. 2 shots. I don't know how many more times. This man, every time we go into a tournament, Southgate's taken us the furthest we've been for years. Yeah, because the opposition's the worst it's been for years. The World Cup, he took us to a semi-final. Let's break it down. Who did we beat? Panama? Sweden? Who did we beat? Colombia? On penalties, I believe. And yet we played 3 good teams in that tournament. We played Belgium twice and Croatia. Lost all 3. The Euros, when we got to the final, didn't have to play anyone to get there, did we? Let's be brutally honest. People can say Germany. It's not Germany as we know it. Didn't have to play anyone to get there. And yes, of course, the old adage, you can only play who's in front of you. Yes, of course. But then as soon as we come up against a very good Italy team at the time, Southgate didn't know what to do. We scored early and then had no shots, sat back. The guys, honestly, it's embarrassing. It's truly embarrassing. Imagine a forward-thinking manager that wants to go and attack, that wants to win games, having this squad of footballers. And people have come out of all these stats, we've got like a 74% win rate. That's because nearly every time England play a game of football, it's against someone like Macedonia, no offence. Malta, no offence. Liechtenstein, no offence. You see where I'm going with this. When did he last beat a powerhouse? When did he last beat an Argentina? A Brazil? A Spain? When does he beat? He doesn't. He can't beat these teams. And yet everyone keeps talking like he is some messiah. I'll ask you this question before I end the video. Would you want him as your manager? All the people that stick up for him, that back him up. Like one of my best mates is always saying, oh, he's brilliant. He's done the best of any English manager. The football's horrendous to watch. He beats the bad teams. He struggles against the top teams. He can't bring through the youth properly. What is good about this manager? And would you want him as your club manager? I'll ask you, Arsenal, Liverpool, Man U, Chelsea, City, Villa, Newcastle, Spurs, fans of all clubs. If your manager gets sacked, you want Southgate in charge. What do you think? Ward-Prowse can't get a game. Can't get a call-up. Sterling can't get a call-up. Anthony Gordon can't get a call-up. Guehi, Dunk, Tomori all sit on a bench whilst Harry Maguire plays week after week after week. For me, slightly embarrassing. Very embarrassing. And as I've said, for me, a serial loser for a reason. We talk about mindsets. We talk about winners. We talk about setting the bar higher. At the moment, we've turned into a nation of fans that are just happy to keep doing what we're doing and getting deep into tournaments and never getting over the line. And I think the World Cup was the last one to show it. We played absolutely no one. The moment we played a top team in France, see you later. They weren't even at their best, France. See you later. Out of the tournament. It happens every time. I'll put my mortgage on it. It happens in the next tournament as well. We'll beat all the rubbish. Everyone will get the fanfare going. England, get a new manager. Get a proper manager. Let me know your thoughts. Please like, please subscribe to Football Heritage TV. We'll be back tonight at 7:30 p.m. for the Spurs review as we look forward to Aston Villa next week and Man City the week after. This should be fun. I'm joined by Iggy from Tottenham Away, Alan Clark from Time Added On, and also from Jordan. Please join me there, 7:30 p.m. Take care, everyone, and have a good Sunday. Bye-bye.